pumpernickel butter snout. What's up, everyone? It's America Plus. I'm your host, Cole McCormick. It's another week, another episode. What's going on, people? Whoa! Happy to be here, folks. You made it to another week. Phenomenal. It's Sunday, October 29th, 3:43 in the p.m. It's another beautiful week, folks. It's another day where we are alive. We are breathing oxygen, y'all. Can you just give a big round of applause to yourself, man? You're still here on Earth. Like, congrats. It's a beautiful time to be alive. I want to start off condolences and rest in peace, R.I.P. to Matthew Perry, who played Chandler on Friends. I'm being totally real. Like, I'm like emotional about this celebrity's death. I'm telling you right now, this week on America Plus, we're innovating. We're pushing forward to a new, beautiful world. But at the same time, you know, last night was like filled with like good things and bad things. Yesterday was my mom's birthday, but then Chandler died. I was filming something with my girlfriend, but then I didn't have dinner. So like it was just like one of those nights last night. And the thing that just really bugged, like I went to bed hungry and sad about Chandler, this poor man, this Matthew Perry guy. So the reason I am so emotional about Matthew Perry dying is because I worked at Warner Brothers for 2 years, and I worked as a tour guide. And when you're on the tour at Warner Brothers, you are literally on the set of Friends. You are literally at Central Perk, and I worked on the Friends set. I can literally, figuratively say that, and I'm proud of that. I'm happy about that. I did a Friends show. I would cast people, and we would do we had like a camera system, and they would edit in the crowd into an episode of Friends, and it was hilarious, dude. That was such a good time, dude, and I love Chandler. Like, Chandler's always like the guy, you know, and like Friends is so big. Like, I know, like Friends is like ginormous. Like, Friends is nuts, dude. I did a specific Friends tour. There was a holiday season for Thanksgiving, where we did on Saturday mornings, we did Friends tours where you pay $80 for a ticket, and it's everything Friends. It's where they filmed, how they filmed, what they filmed, everywhere, everything. It was, people came in droves for this event, dude. I had more middle-aged women flirting with me than any other time in my life, dude. Like, it was crazy, bro. Like, anyway, I say all that just to say rest in peace, Matthew Perry, dude. That sucks, dude. That sucks whenever someone dies, man. That just sucks. Sad news, dude. But on the brighter side, I'm happy that he lived. And I'm happy that he was home and comfortable when he passed away. That's all you can really be thankful for in these moments, right? Just whatever's right in front of you. Just whatever the reality is, you know? If it's not that terrible, then it's something to be grateful for. Something about that. So there's some sort of philosophy tied to that way of thinking, I think. This week. So what we're doing this week, I got a little, I just want to talk. I don't really have any clips. I have a few topics here that I want to run down with all of you. The first thing is my experience this past week trying to buy raw milk. I need to tell you some breaking news about California and raw milk and raw dairy products. It's been a whole kerfuffle happening over here this week of Halloween, dude. There's literally been no milk in the grocery stores. And the reason for that is because there has been I'm not sure if an outbreak is the right wording, but there's been a recall for sure. There's been a recall on all the milk from raw farms in Fresno, California, because of I read an article saying 9 cases of salmonella. Originally, this happened through San Diego, and they put out information to the grocery stores saying to hold the product while they test. And next thing I know, like, it's nowhere. Like, I don't live in San Diego, but the milk is also not at my store. So I'm like, hey, what's going on? And it took a few days for the information to like settle, and there was like so much testing going on, so much independent testing. And, you know, I'm bringing all this up just to talk about like the food system, my experience in it, just like the discussions around this food specifically. This is just the one topic, the first topic I'm talking about. I'm talking about many different, it's a smorgasbord of topics today, guys. But the salmonella in my raw milk, dude, first of all, I didn't get sick. Only a few people got sick. 9 people got it. And it's a statewide recall. Now, whenever you discuss an outbreak of disease, that usually means like wherever it came from is like no good. You know? Like that's why in the beginning of COVID, they were trying to say that the virus came from a wet market. You know, so clearly there's like they want to lean like illnesses always come from food, and the authorities always want to lean on blaming that food, no matter what their regulations or no matter what their whatever, no matter what they've been doing, they want to say no, the food did it, the food killed everyone, even though the practices of keeping food and milk clean are pretty simple. You know, and it's just interesting, you know, and whenever you hear about salmonella, it's always coming from meat, right? It's always coming from turkey. It's coming from red meat. It's coming from poultry, undercooked poultry. It's like people don't know how to cook, mainly. So it's just rare. People say you can get salmonella from eggs, but I saw something about, I saw a doctor saying the odds of getting salmonella from eggs is like 1 in 30,000. So you would have to have like 5 eggs a day for 15 years to have a chance to get salmonella from an egg. And I've never heard it from raw milk. But when you go to the California, I guess I do have some information to share about the California Health Department. This is just like silly, dude. Like their entire website, like it's wild how this product can be sold in stores. But when you go to California Health, I don't even want to type it in right now. I can't type in podcast at the same time, dude. Pretty much 8/10 of this article, of this government website's page talking about raw milk was all risks and possible diseases that you can get from consuming raw milk. And it's like, damn, dude. Now we got salmonella. We got 9 cases of salmonella. It's like, if anyone does any Googling, like if anyone does any talking online about raw milk, the benefits, people are going to Google it and see this salmonella outbreak. And then they're going to be like, why the fuck would I drink raw milk when there's salmonella in it? And so what I'm working through right now is just, I'm trying to work through like, what's the right word? Like just a dip in the narrative. Sometimes you got to do like crowd control. I'm trying to figure out what the PR thing is that I'm like trying to do. Like I want there to be good PR around raw milk, but something bad happened. There's like a mini crisis, and I need to like manage the narrative, or like at least I'm trying to understand how that works, because the government's information on it is going to be consistent, even though it's fear-based, even though it's lies, even though the information the government has is misleading you, it's consistent. It's consistent, and you just don't know it's misleading you until you like open your eyes, you know, until you really look around. So what do you even talk about when the product that you love, when the food that you believe in that's not mainstream is in a moment of crisis? You know, I just want to point out to the fact that, you know, we have the tests. That's the one thing I'm happy about. The tests were accurate, you know, and thank God it was only 9 single digit outbreak of foodborne illness statewide. Maybe there might be a few more. We'll see. But at this point, with my information, there's only been 9 cases, and that's not a big deal. Salmonella? The article I read said multiple children were hospitalized. But that could mean anything. That could mean they just went to the doctor, you know? Like hospital, like, so I feel like sometimes when you see the word hospitalized in articles, it's always like like dun dun, like it's like some serious shit. Hospitalized. Whoops, hang on. Hospitalized. Like some it's bad shit, dude. But at the same time, like there should be a hospital, right? You should be able to go to the hospital whenever you need to. So like why is that a bad thing that they went to the hospital for that? Like sounds like the system worked, you know? Like that seems like the positive thing that I can point to. The system that is here to help us identify illnesses and help heal us from the illnesses, like it all worked. We know how to treat salmonella. We know how to alert people, you know? And the farm itself, that was the most interesting thing, trying to get the information from the farm itself. Raw Farms was doing their own independent testing, and they had said that all of their stuff came back clean. It came back negative for any illnesses. But I guess there was a few cases in San Diego and Orange County that they just had some cases. I don't know. So we'll see where it goes. There's been salmonella outbreaks before, and it's been a lot worse to my memory. The thing that I remember right off the bat is like somewhere in the 2010s, there was a peanut butter salmonella recall. And it was the peanut butter that we had. It was literally like the serial number, and I was like eating it. And I was like, oh my God. I was freaking out when I was like a freshman or 8th grade, whatever. And I was like, peanut butter can get you sick? That's crazy. And so I guess my emotions, my cult-like instincts when it comes to consuming foods, because I'm so a part of some animal-based raw milk cult on Twitter. I just don't want to take the heat. Like I just want to be like, fuck you, man. Like raw milk's good, dude. Like don't come at me like that, dude. But then the other part of me is like, okay, we got to take this in. Yeah, there's some risk. But that risk is no different than any other food group. That risk is no different than any other risk with any other food. I mean, so I guess that's what I got to talk about with people too. Like we just got to be aware of these things. And is there a way that we can test it ourselves? Is there a way that we can just do that? Like I appreciate that there's independent testing with the farm. I appreciate the government is willing to tell me the milk has salmonella. But at the same time, can I test it? Is that possible? Like where are those tests? Where are those products? Am I able to buy that on Amazon? Like raw milk tester, raw milk disease tester? Like what's the pH on that, man? Like is there like a stick I can buy? I just got to dip in? How do they do it? So I got to figure that out. I really don't think it's able to be bought, but regardless. Last night, so I mentioned I was filming last night. I filmed another short film. Oh. On the list of things that I was like going through yesterday, yesterday was also my 6th anniversary of living in Los Angeles. Can you believe that? Literally 6 years. 6 years of me living in LA. And I was filming a little short film. I was filming another short with my friend Soren, who he was the cinematographer on my short film in 2020, The Break-In. This one that we were doing last night, I was actually acting with Shannon, with my girlfriend, and that was really cool. Her and I had never acted together, and it was one of those things where I was like nervous about, and I was wondering how her and I would be. I say this, we live together. I'm not sure how we're going to be. We've been together for 4 years. But you don't know how the other one's going to act. You don't know what the other one's reactions are going to be. And, Shannon, she also has like a different mindset on acting than I do, in terms of like she's very academic and I'm very not. So she's like getting a little worried that I'm not saying the lines exactly as they are on the page. But I'm like, just keep going. I'm saying the exact same thing. It doesn't matter what I say. I'm getting abducted by aliens here. It doesn't matter what I say. So like, there's just like dichotomy, And that was super fun last night. So, you know, just another like overlapping of everything in the universe. You know, my mom turned 50. She's in Cabo with my dad. My parents are just partying, dude. Just partying out their middle ages, going right into their seniorhood, just blasted. I love it. I support it. They're having a good time. I keep texting my dad. He's just hanging out. They're in the spa. Like, they're chilling. I'm filming a movie. I'm getting ready for a podcast. I'm making my movie. So I'm making multiple movies, man. Like, there's a lot of things to be grateful for yesterday, this weekend, dude. And it was a fun time. I liked acting with Shannon. It was really cool. And we were only there for like a few hours. It was a really short script, you know, just trying to be creative. You know, that's what you do out here. That's what you do. You just try to be creative, and you look for a group of people who want to be consistent with that. You know, that's the entire purpose of moving out to LA, you know, to be creative. Like, you're trying to find that group to be consistent with. And hopefully you're able to do that. Hopefully you have that willpower. Hopefully the people around you make you better. And I was happy that I have these filmmaking friends, you know. These are my filmmaking friends that I'm with, you know. It was 3 other guys that I've worked with all before, and they're good people, and I like hanging out with them, and I like making movies with them. So, you know, I just want to do more with them, you know. Sometimes my mental health, I can feel like I don't have any friends. Sometimes I feel like, you know, I get caught up in my own narratives. I get caught up in my own bullshit of like, you know, like nobody likes me, like the world hates me, like I'm a nuisance. They treat my nuance like a nuisance. Wait, what is Tyler the Creator? They treat my They treat my nuance like a nuisance. That's what it was. I was just stuttering. I'm sorry. They treat my nuance like a nuisance. And, you know, that's not true. That's not true. People like me. Like, I need to like I need to not think negatively about myself, man. Like, I put my best foot forward. And I'm happy that I have those people to put all of our best foot forwards. You know what I mean? Like, that's really what it's about. In 6 years in LA, like, even though, you know, I'm still not like rich, I'm still not a millionaire, I'm still not anything like that, but we're here now, and we're high, we're expanding ourselves, we're posting more video, and we're trying to be honest with our intentions, and we just want to vibe with people. And, you know, that's the beautiful thing about podcasting. That's the beautiful thing about being creative and filmmaking, and is me. I have permission to just be me. You know, I have permission to just be me, and I shouldn't be afraid to talk about raw milk. Don't be afraid to talk about what you want to talk about. Don't be afraid to stand up for truth, okay? Don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe is right for life, what is right for people, for the people of Earth, you know? Like, what is good for the people of Earth. Don't be afraid to talk about that stuff, dude. And I'm one to say that it's important for you to be creative in this world. It's important for you to have a group of friends, to have some people around you who just don't have boundaries about what they can and can't do. You know, it's like everyone criticizes Elon for like just randomly buying Twitter. But you know what? I think that'd be pretty fucking cool if I had a friend who could just buy something like that. Like, imagine not liking something, or just imagine wanting to change something and then just buying it and changing it, you know? Like, that's sort of what the situation is. Like, it's like my filmmaking friends they don't see a boundary with making movies. So why not just make a movie? Like, Elon doesn't see boundaries with money. Or maybe it does, you know, but he doesn't see boundaries with those dollar bills. You know, we don't see boundaries with the work it takes to put something out. And that's the type of mindset that you need in yourself and around you so that you can accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. Because, I just felt energized. I felt energized leaving that film session. That's really what it all points to. And I spoke to them about my short film, Magic Mushroom Fun Time, that I'm finally making the video for. I got like 8 seconds so far. I'm excited for this upcoming month. This is going to be a big month. I'm getting all the video for it. And I wanted to see what they thought of it. And I think they think it's cool. I think they think it's interesting. It's all just a process. With my creative process, I'm just trying to allow it to shape itself. I'm trying to do the right movements so it shapes itself. That's something that I'm experimenting with right now. That's something that I realized happens while I was making the short film. Things just happen. The edit just happens a certain way. A vibe just creates itself. And so whatever the intention I have, that's okay. Go with that. But there's also going to be something else that shows itself. There's going to be more. And so always be looking for more. Always be looking for what this story is telling you. And that's been something that I've been leading with. There's been some edits to the images. There's been some changes to what I'm trying to express. There's been changes of the execution of getting these images. I had originally said that it was going to be like a fully animated short film, and it's slowly changed because I'm like, you know what? I really want to talk about this. I want to talk about this, and I feel like it should be like this type of a vibe, and then it'd be sort of dramatic if we cut to this live action piece. And it's like I kept thinking about different things, and I'm like, okay, well, what if we did this? What if we did this? And I'm just saying, I'm just trying to say yes to what feels good to me for this project. And it's important to just consistently create an environment for yourself where you can do that, And filming with my friends last night was that environment. Like we were chilling, we were vibing. I was in the zone. I was enjoying myself. I was enjoying making acting choices, and it was a good time. So just shout out to those guys. Shout out to Soren, Walter, and Danny, dude. Come on now. Whoa, no. Come on. I love you guys. I need like a hype up sound. I don't have a hype up yet. Anyway, the movie's coming along well, by the way. Magic Mushroom Fun Time. I'm excited for it, dude. Like, I don't want to stress too much about it right now. I feel like I have so much, but still so little, We're in like the forest. We're in the middle of the forest in the creative process, and we're moving through it, and we're staying strong, and we're staying calm and patient. We're looking for the most interesting thing, and to inspire myself more, I'm actually going to see Martin Scorsese's film tonight, Killers of the Flower Moon. Anybody? Have you heard of that? Martin Scorsese? Talked about him a few weeks ago. You always got to see the Leo movie, right? You need to see the Leo movie. If you don't, like why? Like, why do you even care to talk about it? Everything Leo does is something. I should say Leonardo DiCaprio. Everything Leo does is phenomenal, and the fact that he's making most of his films with Martin Scorsese, it's something that I'm just fascinated by. Along with Robert De Niro being in this movie, I remember a few years ago in 2019, I saw Scorsese's movie The Irishman, and I remember being really fascinated by that. Just fascinated by this type of a movie by this guy who's so old. Like, he's almost 80. He's almost as old as Biden, dude. Like, he's old, but he's still sharp. He's super sharp still. And it's his consistency that's brought him till today, and it's him and De Niro on for 50 years. Can you imagine making doing something for 50 years with a friend of yours, like that is such a rare story. And it inspires me because, I definitely want to be podcasting for 50 years. I want to be making movies for 50 years. We'll see what happens in 50 years. We'll see where technology's at. We'll see where everything's at. But the dedication is what inspires me. The consistency is what inspires me. So we're checking it out. It's 3.5 hours. We got the 8 p.m. showing, so we'll see if I stay up, dude. I need to just trudge through it. Just go for the cup of coffee, I guess. I usually don't, but I guess I need to. But that's gonna be a good watch. I know it's gonna be good. It's gonna be deep, be emotional. What's your favorite Martin Scorsese movie? Comment down below, y'all. Shannon Passy, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Yeah?
Yeah, how are you?
Hey, can you come here real quick? I was actually just talking about filming last night. Can you come by and pretty much you don't need to talk for long, but could you just describe what the experience was for you? What was your experience acting with me opposite you? Shannon Passy.
Am I on? Oh, I am on camera. Okay. I really enjoyed it. So we approach things differently when it comes to you and I acting together.
Is that a problem?
No, it's just different. It gave me a little bit of anxiety for a moment.
So what was what was going on with that?
Yeah, so I went to college for acting, and it was theater based, and we always were kind of taught you had to learn the lines word perfect, and then it was up to the director and the creative process after if you could not be line perfect. And so the way I memorize now is I try to make it as line perfect as possible. And so we get in the car yesterday to go to filming. And I'm like,
and I'm like, hey, can we go over my lines now? I need to learn them.
He's driving, and he's like, hey, you want to go over the lines? And I'm like, yeah, have you looked at them? He's like, no. I was like, great. And so acting wise, they always say acting is just reacting. So I had a little bit of a moment where I was like, oh my God, it's going to be so hard for me to act if you don't know if you don't have the first step down. It's hard to get into forgetting the lines and just acting. I was like, oh no, this might be not great. And so,
but how did it work out? How did it end?
It worked out because you are very good at listening to the lines and then remembering them that way. So you have more of an audible learning type. And very different from mine. So we were able to go through, I would give him his line. Each beat, we would go through his lines, I do mine, and then we just run it a few times. And then we go to the next beat, and then we just did all the beats together.
Do you like that process or no?
Yeah, it's fine. I don't mind
no,
it.
You hate it.
I don't do it myself. I like doing that before filming to make sure we have the lines and to get the rhythm down, but that's not how I prefer to learn lines. That's just what I call a rehearsal before.
Copy.
Beforehand. But no, I really enjoyed filming last night. It was fun. I liked.
It was it was 6 years for me. Was it an anniversary for you?
Of what, being in LA?
Yeah.
No, I moved here February 2018.
Oh, February. Okay. Never mind.
I was like, what are you talking about? 6 years since you acted?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, no, it was super fun, and I like the process. This is the second time I've done a horror spooky thing.
Oh yeah, it was an alien invasion.
Yeah, and so I liked that. It was fun to kind of play with that. Definitely want to do more comedy. I feel like everything I've been doing is dramatic or spooky, and I'm like, okay, I need some laughter now. But no, I really enjoyed it. I liked working with you. It was nice that we already had the chemistry.
Yeah,
that was the trust.
That was lucky.
There.
That was lucky. We already had the chemistry.
Yeah. And yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. It was just fun working with Cole. Yeah, no complaints. I mean, probably some complaints, but not for this. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Shannon Passy, folks. Shannon Passy. Thanks, Shannon. Thank you. One of a kind. Shannon Passy. Yeah. We're just hanging out today, guys. We're hanging out. Today's a hangout. With that, folks, we're going to head on into the Boost, the Value for Value section. America Plus is a value for value show. What that means is, folks, I'm here. I'm doing my thing. I'm vibing. I want to create an environment that helps you think better for the future and try to think better about the narratives around you. And I just want to vibe with you, dude. I just want to hang out. We are. Let me go to Fountain. Let me go to fountain.fm right now. Well, the audience puts the value on the show. That's the main thing with Value for Value. I do my thing. I produce what I want to produce, and you show me, or you reciprocate the value that you get from this conversation, from these thoughts. That's what I have to offer. Thoughts. When I'm on YouTube, one of my recommended lists is called Thoughts. And I think that's like the most weird category ever. But if you want thoughts, you come to America Plus. Capiche? Capiche? And some thoughts we have to share today are coming in from people who saw some value in last week. Number 93, Meet Me. These people gave it money to me, dude. Thank you to these people. Oh, there's a few ways that you can engage with Value for Value. Three main ways: time, talent, treasure. Okay, if you want to reciprocate the value that you get through time, just by listening, returning, liking, and sharing. If you're listening to the podcast, send me some sats. If you're watching the video, share it, comment, engage with it. Just that's your time. Talent. If you want to help me out making a movie, if you want to help me out with anything with the podcast, if you want to do anything with RSS, with my website, if you want to help me out with anything like that, like I'm building a team, like just like a loose network team, not like you're working for me, but like if you're willing to like help me out with like an aspect of my distribution, of putting out the video, or of just making this show better, dude. Like what can you share? What value can you give to America Plus? And then the last thing is treasure. Bitcoin. I prefer Bitcoin, by the way. If you don't know anything about Bitcoin, just download Fountain.
Go to value4value.info for more info, then download the Fountain.fm app. It's the best way to support the show.
So if you download Fountain, that's like the cool way to hang out with me. Pretty much the main innovative thing with Value for Value is that it's using a payment system called the Bitcoin Lightning Network, and you're able to send payments to anyone around the globe for pretty much zero cost. And that's my preferred currency, Bitcoin. So you can send me some small units of Bitcoin called Satoshis through the Fountain app or any modern podcasting app. Go to modernpodcastapps.com. It's a whole decentralized network, dude. Like it's people just sending money to each other. And if you want to support me, you're able to. I also have a PayPal if you want to help me out through PayPal. If you prefer United States dollars, dollar, make me holla. But I'm reading the messages with the sats, the boostagrams they're called. Send in a boostagram, by the way. This first one comes from @Drew2261. He felt like sending in 1,000 sats. Drew, thank you. And what does he have to say? He has to say, we all need to start fighting back against the mainstream narratives over the past couple decades. They have made us fat, dumb, and broke financially and spiritually. Look into the Texas boys on YouTube and Rumble. They talk about the carnivore diet and Value for Value pretty frequently. Right on.
Boosting is loving.
Drew, thank you very much. Drew22, you are the guy. I definitely want to. I'll check those guys out. I haven't yet. The Texas boys. I'll check those guys out on YouTube. We'll see what they got to say. if they talk about, value for value and carnivore, dude, I'm your guy. This next one comes from at Joel W. Oh, wait, hang on. Joel sent in like 4 boostograms. There was one thing that I needed to do that I didn't do. Let me go to, I can't go to my phone right now. Okay, before Joel W. sent in a boostogram, my other friend Kyron Down from the Mere Mortals podcast, he sent in a boostogram, but like I saw it in my wallet, but I didn't see it under the podcast. So that's the problem I'm having. And to my memory, Kyron sent in like 3,000 sats, 3,300 sats, whatever. And he said something about something, dude. Kyron, you got to boost me again. Something's happening with the boosts. They're not letting you boost me, bud. I need my friend to boost me, please. So Kyron, Fountain, Bitcoin gods, please let Kyron boost me and let me read it on air for once in a while. Por favor. Thank you, Kyron, for the boost.
Boost.
Anyway, next one, Joel W., ladies and gentlemen, our good friend from the East Coast. He sends in a satchel of Richards, 1,111 sats. He says, if the fat exists in quantifiable amounts in nature, eat it. Okay, so what is this talking about? Joel, I think you're a meat eater. He's definitely a meat eater, guys. Fat is good when you eat meat. Fat is good. That's what he's saying. This next one, he says, human brains didn't become the powerhouses they are by eating plants. Steak, bacon, chicken leg, wings, cheese, eggs, and butter are all brain foods. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Booster.
Next one is, he says, and these are all satchel of Richards, 1,111 sats. He said, I'm 47 and probably in better shape than these young bucks in the military. Yeah, dude, you are for sure. I'm just going to assume that. I haven't seen your body in real life, but last week I was talking about the military, like 68% in the military being overweight, and you got like 27% of the Navy are obese. Like, that's some bad shit, dude. Like, that's terrible. We got to fix that, man. If you're in the military, fix yourself, please. This last one from Joel W. He says, and just for a shrinking tumor boost from my father with the cancer, with the shrinking tumors. Thank you, Joel W.
And now, as the French say, it is time for le boost.
You're my guy, Joel. You're my guy. Thank you to all those people who saw value in the show. Now, don't go anywhere. That's not the end. We're not done with the show yet. I'm still talking about value for value, and we're talking about innovation in the ecosystem of it, okay? America Plus is just one aspect of value for value. This entire thing is so much bigger than one podcaster, than one brand. And I just want to encourage you to just look into it. Just try to get into it. Go to valueforvalue.info for more info. And it's a really nice breakdown of what the system is and how much better it is than any locked-in subscription service plan. Value for value is better than YouTube memberships. Value for value is better than Netflix subscription a month, That's what I think. Value for value is the future of engaging with the content that you want to consume and support, There's already so many Patreons and so many GoFundMes about help us make our short film, help us make our thing, help us make our animated thing, help us do this, help us make this, help us make that. And those things are just truly unsustainable. And value for value is a system that puts the responsibility in your hand to bring the value. And so it's my goal to continue to bring the conversations and to bring the honesty of where I'm at with the things that I believe in, So that's why I don't really have too much clips today. I wasn't in my head, but I was just feeling in my head. I'm just thinking about how to deal with certain things, and I'm trying to ponder what the right path is for myself, and That's why I have a podcast, so I can express myself in these things and these thoughts. And that's value, man. I mean, I think that's valuable. Even though I don't listen to too many podcasts like this one, that's just because I think I'm unique, man. I believe that my personality and the things that I'm interested in, I believe those combined bring value to something. At least I think so. I want them to. And I'm willing to listen to everyone. I'm willing to take in all the data. I'm willing to take in all the advice, man. So it's just not like it's not set in stone for me. It's what is set in stone is that I'm podcasting and I'm doing value for value forever. But what's not set in stone are my ways, are how I approach things. Every episode is an experiment. That's really how I approach it, dude. I'm trying to do a bunch of new stuff with the video, and I'm trying to figure out Adam Curry says a podcast is an MP3 and an RSS feed. Okay, I can accept that. But now I'm doing video, and I'm trying to do value for value, but I can't send Bitcoin through Twitter yet. And it's like you can't really do that. Like Twitter's not podcasting 2.0. Twitter's not value for value, but I feel like it can be extended into it. So there's this totally different realm that I'm trying to learn. And, the whole thing's evolving. The whole show is evolving. And it's scary and it's wild, and we're moving into phase 2 soon. And, at the end of Magic Mushroom Fun Time, I know what I want to manifest. I know where I want to be at by the time I release Magic Mushroom Fun Time. I know where I want to be at. And this podcast is just a simple documentation of that process, man. You're going to be able to look back at what's going on here and say, holy shit, Cole just did that. Cole really did what he said he would do. That's been the intention all along. So Magic Mushroom Fun Time is just one marker on that list, on that roadmap of making things and doing stuff and being a podcaster who makes movies, man. Like that's the innovative thing that I got. That's what I have to offer, or at least that's what I think I have to offer. And I'm looking for more. I'm looking for more value. I'm looking to give more value. I'm looking to just be known as an honest person, dude. And if you want to engage with that value feedback loop, please do, man. Please do. Like when it comes to the podcast, like I'm trying to figure out how I can do the video as a podcast or as an RSS feed, Like I want to be able to set up Bitcoin directly to the video. So while you're watching it, there's just an option to just send Bitcoin. Like that's the real thing, dude. Like that's what I want. And I want to be in control of that, but I can't really self-host it. So there's these things that need to change, and there's these trade-offs that need to happen, and where I put the content and how I talk about things and how consistently I am with certain words. So I'm talking more about value for value every single episode now. Just to get the word out, man. Like I need to get the word out. Like if I can be the value for value guy, then that'd be nice. But I want more people to do value for value. I want to be someone who just encourages everyone to do value for value. Like Joe Rogan told everyone to do a podcast. I'm going to tell everyone to do value for value. Like start using value for value. You should start using value for value. Have you heard of value for value? No one else is doing that, Like I got to make it mainstream, Like that's my mission right now. I got to expand the podcast and make value for value mainstream while I make my movies, dude. Like this is it. This is it, man. I feel confident on this path. I feel confident. And my big dreams, my big Hollywood dreams, I'm making a movie of Ben Affleck and somehow using value for value with him, or somehow just having it be known. Just making something with someone with a healthy system. Like that's what I want. And so it'd be crazy if I could interview Ben Affleck and he's like, yeah, get me in on the value. And I got Ben Affleck's value split. Like, that'd be crazy, you know? Like, who likes Bitcoin in Hollywood? Come at me, America Plus. Like, let's go, dude. Like, I'm trying to get connected here. Like, I know there's people in Hollywood who like Bitcoin. Like, I know there's people who are into this. Like, step up. Like, let's do it. Let's make a movie. Let's do more with value for value in Bitcoin and cinema. Let's go for it. So I'm opening myself up to that, to those types of opportunities. And to just also travel. Like, I'm definitely traveling more at the end of all this. Honestly, I'm looking for 2024 to change my life. I'm looking for the year 2024 to be the most positive and eventful year of my life so far. Like, I just want to travel more. I want to make more money. I want to meet more people. I want to tell more stories. I want to just be more. Whatever I'm doing right now, I want to be more of it. Because I feel good right now, man. I feel good. I don't feel too stressed. You know, whatever stresses I have, you know, it's just like bullshit stresses. You know, it's like work stuff, like work drama, kitchen drama with chef, whatever bullshit. That doesn't matter. And then like the other stress is what? Money. Okay, but like I've been okay so far. So like we'll just keep on letting that go by. So not really stressed, and I choose my energy. I choose the energy that I put out. And right now I choose to put out gratefulness. I choose to put out gratitude and thankfulness. And it's leading to more things, dude. It's leading to more things. And there's more value to be gained. There's more value to be given. What that looks like, we'll see, man. Like, I got a lot of big ideas. A lot of big ideas. But I gotta stick with the movies. I gotta stick with it. So somehow, movies and value for value, cinema. Somehow, some way, it's gonna happen. So, what do you think about that? Do you think that's interesting? I would love to hear your thoughts on that. I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think about raw milk. Do you think it's healthy for you? Do you think anything in its raw form is healthy? Just chime in, man. Like, I want to hear what you have to say. If you want to support the podcast, download Fountain, send me a Boostagram. If you want to support the video, go to Twitter, go to X, and subscribe or like, follow. Dude, I don't know what to freaking do. Just still learning. But enjoy yourself, guys. That's really what I got. That's all I got to say right now. I love all of you. Thanks for tuning in. That's America Plus, bitch. Stay free.